Do you know that majority of Muslim countries worldwide now have at some point in their history fallen under the rule of the Turks? Did the Turks convert by force, by the sword through wars and battles, or were they indeed converted through peaceful means? What battles did the Arabs fight against the Chinese that somehow involved the Turks? From the nomadic tribes in the Eurasian steppes to becoming the strongest empire in Muslim history. Watch till the end for the best part. Early history of the Turks. The Great Steppe, also known as the Eurasian Steppe, is a vast expanse of grassland that stretches across the Eurasian continent, spanning from Eastern Europe to Central Asia. It has some regions of modern-day Russia, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Ukraine, and some parts of China. The Turks occupied parts of the Great Steppe, warring with each other over some minor issues. However, this all changed for a couple of reasons. For one, resources became scarce, with so many tribes fighting over the same resources. Secondly, empires were starting to slightly encroach on them, for example, the Tang dynasty and the Tibetan Empire. This all changed because of a greater threat that presented itself. First interactions with the Muslims. To explore the first interactions of the Muslims and the Turks, we need to look at the expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate under Umar ibn al-Khattab. You see, the Muslims were rapidly expanding and moving more west by the day. Battles fought very frequently, and after 22 years, the Muslims managed to take down one of the largest empires at the time, the Sassanids, which is the Persian Empire. This now put the Muslims very close to the Great Steppe, but the Muslims had already encountered Turks before, through trade and diplomacy. But now it was very different. The Muslims were the new neighbours of the Turks. Some Turks were upset, which led to minor border conflicts. However, most Turks were actually happy. Why happy, you might say? Well, you see, the Turks were not the strongest at the time. They had the Tang dynasty and the Tibetan Empire to worry about. So for this reason alone, they had to sign various treaties with the Abbasids to help them out. Events leading to the Battle of Talas. The 7th and 8th centuries witnessed the rapid expansion of the Arab Muslim Empire under the Rashidun and Umayyad Caliphates. Their conquests brought large territories under Muslim rule, including parts of Central Asia. Meanwhile, in China, the Tang dynasty experienced a period of territorial expansion under Emperor Zhaozong. I believe I'm saying it wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. Anyways, seeking to control the lucrative Silk Road trade routes, the Tang Empire extended its influence into Central Asia. Central Asia became a contested region between the Arab Muslim caliphs and the Tang dynasty. Both powers vied for control over trade routes and sought to exert influence over city-states and nomadic tribes. In 751 AD, a rebellion erupted in the city of Turfan against Tang rule. Seeing opportunity to weaken the Tang dynasty's grip on Central Asia, the Abbasid Caliph intervened by supporting the rebels. The Tang dynasty responded by sending a large force to suppress the rebellion and assert its authority in the region. Tensions escalated, leading to clashes between the Abbasid and Tang forces along the empire's borders. The culmination of these tensions came with the Battle of Talas in 751 AD, fought near the Talas River in present-day Kyrgyzstan. This battle was a clash of empires that sought control over Central Asia and the Silk Road trade routes. The Battle of Talas. The most important battle in this video. A depiction states that the Muslims led by Ziyad ibn Salih had around 300,000 troops and the Tangs had around 30,000. However, this doesn't seem quite right. Another depiction says 30,000 Muslims and 10,000 Tangs, which sounds about right to me. Ziyad ibn Salih's army consisted of Arabic troops with added contingents from the Tibetan Empire and the Turkish Khanate. The Tangs probably had majority Chinese fighters with a few local fighters. Two main versions of the battle exist. In the first, Ziyad ibn Salih and Zhao, the Tang leader, deployed their troops conventionally, with archers in the front, spearmen behind and cavalry in reserve. Over the first few days, the Chinese archers dominated, causing heavy casualties among the Abbasid ranks. Despite attempts to relieve pressure with cavalry, the Chinese eventually suffered a major defeat when the Karluk Turks turned against them. However, the second version tells a very different story. You see, the second version says that both sides hesitated to attack for 4 whole days, while a smaller Karluk force remained neutral. On the 5th day, the Karluk Turks attacked the Chinese, from the left flank, and the Muslim forces then joined the battle. This surprise attack broke the Chinese army, with only very few thousand escaping. After the battle, the Tang dynasty sent reinforcements to contain further Arabian expansion, but a rebellion in China forced them to withdraw, and the Abbasids struggled to establish any real control of the region. However, the Muslim Arab influence continued to grow, shaping the future of Central Asia forever. Dawah. During and after the Battle of Talas, many Turkic tribes allied with the Abbasid forces against the Tang dynasty. This alliance introduced many to Islamic culture, practices and beliefs, laying the groundwork for their eventual conversion to Islam. So there you have it. No, they were not converted by the sword. They converted by getting to know the Muslims through trade, diplomacy and sometimes through war, fighting side by side with the actual Muslims. Over time, Turkic tribes settled in regions under Abbasid rule and became integrated into Muslim societies. They adopted Arabic as their language, embraced Islamic customs and traditions, and intermarried with the local Muslim populations, further solidifying their ties to Islam. Turkic leaders and chieftains played a crucial role in promoting Islam among their tribes, by embracing Islam themselves and encouraging their followers to do the same. These leaders facilitated the widespread conversion of Turkic communities to Islam. The conversion of Turks to Islam led to the emergence of powerful Turkic dynasties that ruled over vast territories in the Islamic world. These dynasties such as the Seljuks, the Ghaznavids, I think I said that correctly, anyways, the Timurids and many other dynasties. The main empire is the Ottoman Empire, of course. They protected Islam for many years. All these empires and dynasties and principalities and regions played crucial roles in protecting Islam in the Middle East, Central Asia and beyond. I should correct myself, they did not protect Islam, they protected Muslims. Anyways, many Turkic rulers and generals played key roles in military campaigns and conquests across the Islamic world. From the conquest of Anatolia by the Seljuks to the invasion of India by the Ghaznavids, I butchered that. Anyways, Turkic military prowess shaped the course of history in the regions they conquered, from nomadic tribes that practiced pagan religions to becoming the longest lasting empire in the Muslim world. I'm obviously talking about the Ottoman Empire. Even though I have a video on the bad things the Ottomans did, at the end of the day, I can't lie, empires have bad and good, and I also made a video on the good things the Ottomans did. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I shall see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here.